Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the BZCast. I'm your host, Randy. This is the official podcast of BunnyZine.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. I believe this is episode 33. We do have a guest coming on in a few minutes that I'll be bringing on. We'll be talking about their rescue and a very special event coming up in a couple months. The show, if you guys are interested in talking about this episode, any other episodes, or have any ideas for future episodes, you can email the show at bunnyzinecast@gmail.com. That's bunnyzinecast@gmail.com. Our social media pages are BunnyZine on Facebook, at official BZine on Twitter, and official BunnyZine on Instagram. Make sure you guys give us a follow, a like, check us out. This is the first episode for the month of February, so I haven't gotten a chance to talk about our e-magazine that, of course, comes out the first of every month. It's a pretty cool issue. It's all about bunny love, as you know. It's Valentine's Day coming up very shortly. I did not say the recording date. Today is February 12th, 2017. As you guys will be listening to this a couple of days after this date. It's a very fun, going back to the e-magazine, it's a very fun issue. Like I said, it's full of bunny love, some of your favorite bunnies, and a lot of people submitted pictures of their bunnies, and there's also very good other stories in there. Make sure you guys check that out. Where to find it? It's the pinned post on our Facebook page. It is the pinned post on our Twitter. And it is also, if you go to our Instagram and you go to our homepage or our profile, I think profile is a better word for that. If you go to our profile, it is the link in there. Just click the link. It's the link for the Facebook pinned post. And then you can just download it from there. It's free. It helps. Guys, you have no idea how much it helps and what our goals are for bunny to help rescues and to help bunnies. Dustin posted a picture sometime within the last week of this recording, saying what our goal was, and our goal was to help bunnies. Can you imagine if we reached like 1,000 readers? We could get advertisers, and we would take that advertisement money and put it into rescues. And, eventually just to help bunnies. And that's our goal. So, guys, when we release a new issue the first of every month, it's very important that you share, that you download, let your other friends know, with bunnies that are in the bunny community. Make sure they download. It is very, very helpful. And, again, it's free. It's always been free. So that's, again, it's a great bonus that it's free. Whew. Going back to episode 32, I believe, episode 32. That was called the Presidential Bunny, where I talked about the whole situation with Mike Pence and and his bunny and what it could mean opportunity wise. If it could mean anything at all, that's what I talked about. That was a big talking point and subject. Around January, early January last month, as I'm double checking just to make sure that, that's episode 32 of Presidential Bunny. Again, this is episode 33. I'll be bringing on my guest in about a minute here. Today we're going to talk about Luv-N-Bunns rescue, and we're going to talk about Northeast Bunfest. I'm very excited to talk about that. The last two episodes where I previewed Southeast Bunfest and Midwest Bunfest. I did those a little late. I wanted to get those in a little earlier so you guys had more time to check them out and, get your situations handled for flying in or driving in and etc. And this we're getting in nice and early because I believe Northeast Bunfest is in April, so this will be a nice 2 months ahead of time for you guys to, get money ready, not money, but travel situations ready, get you guys plenty of information to consider going, which you guys should go. It sounds like it's going to be a very, very fun time. And right now, I'm going to be bringing in my guest, who's Mary of Luv-N-Bunns Rescue. Mary, how you doing?
Hi, it's actually Melanie.
Melanie. was I saying Mary earlier off the phone too, or like before
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't remember.
All right. We're starting off on real good here. So Melanie, I've come across Luv-N-Bunns, through various Facebook pages. Our Facebook page, Bunnysign, has shared a few posts of your guys about certain fun things that you guys do in certain events, like a big one that's coming up in April. But give us, just talk about Luv-N-Bunns Rescue and some of the work that you guys do at Bunnies.
Yeah, this is actually our 10th anniversary. Luv-N-Bunns was started back in 2007, and we are really about the only rescue in the Philadelphia area. There are some in Delaware and New Jersey that we actively work with, but we're the main one in Philadelphia, which is a huge area. We rescue unwanted and abandoned rabbits from high kill shelters. We do help huge hoarding situations, and then of course there's always the personal relinquishments from people who are just tired of having a rabbit. All our rabbits are spayed and neutered before they are available for adoption. We provide all veterinary care and attempt to find loving homes for them as soon as possible. Last year was a record year for us, and we found homes for 217 rabbits. Every year we range between 150 to 200 rabbits that we find homes for, which is really incredible, but sadly, at any one time we can have 35 to 50 rabbits in our system. We don't have a facility yet. We're working on getting one, but right now we just rely on foster homes and just our basic volunteers who help take care of the rabbits, transport them to the vet, and do everything that's needed there. We do have some fundraisers. Of course, the Bunfest. This will be our first Bunfest. We also do online auctions. We do Easter pictures where we supply the rabbits, and you can bring your kids to get the pictures taken. We just had a fundraiser where people could bring their rabbits, and we had a kissing booth, so people could take their pictures with that. We do a lot of grant writing, and of course, just reaching out to the public to help keep us running. So, like I said, this is our 10th anniversary, so we're pretty excited that we just keep growing and growing.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys were saying about having 35, 50 rabbits between fosters. Now, how many are, like, on average, how many bunnies is, like, the average person fostering? Do you guys have that big of a foster network?
We do have a very large foster network. So most people average about 1 to 2 rabbits. We do have some fosters who, of course, end up with babies. So there's a lot more. About this time last year, there was a huge hoarding situation where we helped the House Rabbit Society rescue a lot of rabbits from an outside situation right before a blizzard hit. And, of course, all the females were pregnant. So we ended up with about 40 to 50 babies at one time.
Oh, my gosh.
So we do have a lot of foster homes. We do have a few fosters that have really stepped up and can have around 10 or so. But that's usually a short-term situation. But we are very lucky being in the Philadelphia area that we have a lot of fosters step up. And while we're hoping to get a facility that soon, it's also hard just trying to figure out where to put it because we are so kind of spread out around Philly.
Gotcha. Is there a link or any kind of like a GoFundMe or anything like that kind of set up for people to donate towards the goal for the location?
Actually, we do have a website that is Luv-N-Bunns.org. That's LUVNBUNNS.org. And there is a donate button on there where you can donate to us.
Awesome. What are before we go into the big Northeast Bunfest that's coming up? I know that's funny you brought up the kissing booth like fundraiser thing. Because I believe we shared that on her Facebook page, and that's how I remembered it. So you talked about Luv-N-Bunns being really the only one in the Philadelphia area. really no other like shelters or rescues in the area that take rabbits in. So you guys get like a really high volume.
There are shelters, SPCA things that do take in rabbits, and they usually reach out to us to help pull them. There are, like I said, there are other rescues in New Jersey, and there's a house rabbit society in Delaware that we work with. So there are other rescues around us, but we're the main one in the Philadelphia area.
Okay. So we will dive into we're going through this, we're flying through this podcast, but we're getting a lot of information out there for everybody. Actually, before the Northeast Bunfest, is there any, so skipping ahead, like maybe towards summer or fall, is there any other events coming up that you guys would like to promote?
Not at this time that I know of.
Okay.
Last year we did do a great thing. We had people donate $1. They could donate more if they wanted, and submit stories and pictures about their rabbits. And then we actually published a book called Bunny Tales.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we're hoping to possibly do that again this year, so people can keep an eye out for that on our Facebook page. And our Facebook page is Luv-N-Bunns, and we post everything on there. I believe there's information to order a book on there if you'd like to. The book is only $10, and hopefully we'll update and get a new book done this year, which was a lot of fun. People kind of get to write about their bunnies and have a whole book of just stories about their bunnies. That's
a really cool idea. I like that. And then, the money that the book generates goes right back to you guys for the help with the bunnies and the rescue. That's really, really cool.
Right, yeah, everything, all the profits are, of course, a non-profit, and we're all volunteers, so everything that we make goes right back to the rescue to help the rabbits. And as you can imagine, since we found homes for 217 rabbits last year, that was pretty high vet bills.
I can imagine.
Not only just for illnesses or injuries, but also just these pays and neuters. And we're very lucky that we have a wonderful veterinary team at the Radnor Veterinary Hospital who donate a lot of their time and effort to help keep our bunnies safe and healthy.
Awesome. That's really, really good to hear. So we will dive right into it. Northeast Bunfest. What is the date of this event? I know it's in April.
Right. The event is on Saturday, April 22nd.
Okay.
And it begins at 10 o'clock in the morning and ends at 5 o'clock at night. And the event is at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center.
Okay.
That is actually, the actual address is 100 Station Avenue, Oaks, Pennsylvania, 19456. If anybody wanted to look that up, it is a little bit outside of Philadelphia. It's kind of close to the Valley Forge area, so people can come to the Bunfest and actually go visit the Valley Forge.
Cool. What are, before we get into the actual details of the event, what are some ways, we talked about this before the show started, maybe like the nearest airport, and you mentioned before the show started that Amtrak was like pretty close as well.
Well, there's a Philadelphia airport that is maybe about 35 to 40 minutes away from the Expo Center. So people can either rent a car, they could do an Uber. There are bus systems and train systems. They do not take them exactly there, but hopefully they could be able to take a taxi or an Uber from those stations to get to the Expo Center.
Okay.
There is an Amtrak station. I'm not sure exactly how far away that is, but I think that would be kind of be the same situation where you might have to catch a bus or take an Uber for a short distance. and we can post all that information on our Facebook page, which is the Northeast Bunfest Facebook page, plus our Luv-N-Bunns Facebook page. And people can reach out to us if they have any questions about how to possibly get there, and we can try to help them figure out exactly what buses they need to be on.
Okay. What are now? Some people will. It's very common when I talk to people about Midwest, in particular, that they'll come in early, like the day before, and stay at a hotel, and then just kind of leave from that hotel that's close, and go to the Bunfest the next morning. Now, are there nearby hotels? And if there are, are there any specifically any pet friendly ones for people to stay at?
Yes, actually, the area where the Expo Center is at has tons of hotels, but unfortunately, the best one we've found that will accept rabbits is the Homewood Suites Hilton, Valley Forge. And they do have a website, which is homewoodsweetsvalleyforge.com. We'll be putting that up on our Facebook page as well. We just got that verified. They will accept rabbits. There is a $75 per room charge for your stay, not per night, but for your stay. And it's not per bunny. That's for how many bunnies you want to bring. It is non-refundable, but that was the best that we could do to allow people to bring as many rabbits as they want. And we'll also be putting that up on our Facebook page. We just got that confirmed. There is going to be a slight discount up until the end of March, but it's actually cheaper to book it now, non-refundable. So if you're 100% sure you're coming, you can actually go on their website and get a cheaper price than they gave us for the group rate, which sounds insane, but it is non-refundable. So if you book that way, just make sure that you're 100% sure you're coming. There's also a Hilton Garden Inn that's not far away. There is Hampton Inns, but none of these places accept rabbits. So if you're coming without a rabbit and you want to stay somewhere else, there are many hotels. Like I said, the Hilton Garden, the Hampton is also right there, but they will not accept rabbits. So if people want to bring their rabbits, which we certainly encourage, and stay overnight, their best bet is the Homewood Suites.
Okay, and you were saying just like a minute ago that the current rate right now would be better than the discounted group rate?
For non-refundable.
Okay.
A lot of hotels you can book a non-refundable and they make it a lot cheaper.
Okay.
But
that makes sense. They get their money either way.
Right. So they did give us a small discount, and like I said, we will be posting that very shortly on our Facebook page with the code and everything. They just confirmed a couple days ago, and that is refundable. But if people are 100% sure they're coming and they want to bring their rabbits, then they can go ahead and just book it on their own for a cheaper rate.
Okay.
But I know sometimes people are concerned something might come up at the last minute, so they'd rather not do the non-refundable.
Oh, very true. It's a good point.
And the Homewood Suites actually has your own kitchen. There's some with 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, pull-out couches, so people can certainly get a group together and get a room, and it's going to be a lot cheaper that way.
Okay. So for Northeast Bunfest, the actual events and like amenities that are going to be going on in I think you said it was the Philadelphia what was it called? The what center?
Oh, it's the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center.
Expo Center,
at
okay.
Oaks. You can just Google the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, and it's a huge facility, absolutely huge. We have just one room in it. There's actually going to be a huge Lego convention going on at the same time. So if you're into Legos, you can visit that and do bunnies at the same time. But it's very large. There's tons of parking, and they do kinds of things. That's where they have large dog shows there every year around Thanksgiving. So they're very used to having conventions like this and are doing everything they can to help it make it a smooth first event. Because this is our first time, so we're hoping to have everything run as smoothly as possible.
Awesome. I forgot to ask you this through email or before the show, but for the tickets to get into Northeast Bunfest, people can get those online ahead of time?
We are going to be setting up an Eventbrite, but they can also get them at the door.
Okay.
They don't have to buy the tickets ahead of time.
Okay, so people don't have to really worry about like a sellout or getting there and it being too full or that kind of thing.
We're hoping not. Since this is our first time, we really aren't 100% sure what to expect.
Okay.
So I would definitely say get there early, but we'll be working with the facility to kind of find out all that information. So I can also post it on our Facebook page if we do end up doing some kind of ticketing event.
Okay.
Of course, there are fire codes, but like I said, it's our first event, so we're not 100% sure how many people to expect.
Okay.
I know Midwest had 1,000 people this year, so we're hoping for 300 to 400 our first year.
Okay.
Could really wow us and have more than that, but it's just kind of unpredictable. But
so I was gonna get into the events and the amenities and stuff, but there's always one of the fun things that people like to go to these events for is seeing some of the vendors and some of the products and cool bunny things that they offer. Do you know any vendors offhand that are coming to this event?
Yes, we do have some confirmed vendors. One of our big supporters is Ding-a-Ling Bunny Box, which has a crazy tasty hay. If your rabbits have ever tasted this hay, it is just, they won't want to go back to regular hay. They grow the hay particularly just for bunnies, and they have all kinds of different hay. They have the orchard. They have a mixture of different mixtures. They have one that is, they call it Crazy Tasty Hay, that has Timothy, alfalfa, and orchard, and their alfalfa is actually all right for adult rabbits. This is the only vendor I've ever heard that grows alfalfa hay that is acceptable for adult rabbits. So they're one of our big supporters, and they will be there with all their hay. And they also have some different treats. They have carrot top cakes. They have willow, all that kind of thing.
Okay.
We are also having quite a bit of rescues come. Ears, from Erie, Pennsylvania, will be there, bringing along some of the beds, buns, and beyond items that everybody craves, the castles and the beds and that kind of thing.
Nice.
Bunny Lou Rescue from Virginia is also coming, and for anyone that saw her at Midwest, she has so many things, and she's also bringing a lot of wood, different business castles, and I know she said she had some new things this time, so we're really excited to see that. The Delaware House Rabbit Society is coming, and they're one of our big rescue partners. We have assisted them in like the big hoarding that we did last year, and so they will be there. Somebody Loves Me from California is coming all the way from California, and we also have trying to think here. We also have Willie's Rabbits from New Jersey coming. All About Rabbits from the Washington, D.C. area is confirmed. We also have Helping All Little Things, Halt is coming, and I don't know if anybody watched the Puppy Bowl this year, but Luv-N-Bunns was the supplier of the rabbits cheerleaders, and the Halt Rescue supplied all the guinea pigs. I don't know if anybody saw the guinea pig pee on the commentator during the Puppy Bowl, but that was their guinea pig, so they're going to be there. We're very excited about that. They're also local. We have a vendor called Bullies, Bunnies, Pet Bowls, which is an incredible vendor that makes these beautiful pet bowls and different things like that. We have, my mind's going blank. We do have, I don't know if anybody has read the I can't pronounce it, the Were Rabbit series from Michelle Zeman.
Yes.
The Were Rabbit Chronicles. She's going to be there.
Dustin is a huge fan.
Yes. We have Annie Laurie Hunter, who writes the Hunter Hollow books. I don't know if anybody's read any of those.
I had Annie on right after her first book.
Right. So she's very excited. I think this might be her first Bunfest, just because she lives so far away from Midwest.
New York City area, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we're very excited to have her come. We also are having, like I said, my mind is going blank. Elise Church is coming with her rescue, and she's from Idaho, but she's also an incredible artist. She makes a calendar every year, and it's just, she actually draws all the pictures that are put into the calendar. So she will be there both for her rescue and as an artist. So I definitely recommend that you talk to her and see, talk to her about getting your bunny drawn. It's actually very reasonably priced. We have a local artist, Amanda Lynn, who also draws rabbits, but she does things, she's a little bit different genre. She can do just your regular rabbit, or she can do kind of a more fun, colory. I can't really know the right word to put it, but it's just really incredible. We'll be posting pictures of that on our Facebook page as well.
Okay.
So we're going to have some really great artists, some really great authors. We're going to have a lot of people, like I said, that are wanting to get castles. I know everybody's really big on getting those things for their animals. So we will have that. Of course, we will be selling different treats, different hays, all kinds of toys for the rabbits. And we'll be adding all the vendors and rescues as we get them confirmed to both our Facebook page and our website, so everybody can go check them out and see what we'll have there.
Okay.
So we're certainly looking for more vendors and rescues if anyone is interested. So if they want to reach out to us and submit an application, that would be wonderful. There's applications on the website that you can just click on and submit an application right there online, actually.
Awesome. Now, for you provided a ton of detail on like everybody who's coming, and that was really, really cool. As you said, with Michelle Zeman and Annie Lauren Hunter, those are two really in the bunny community, big bunny books and really cool authors. So that would be really cool to check out, and the different artists. But going into some of the, what can people expect for some like events or throughout the day, like little events?
Well, we are having a bunny spa. We're going to have veterinary techs available to trim nails, do scent glands, do brush outs, whatever your rabbits really need. To kind of pamper them, give them a little massage. So there'll be that available. And then when they're done with that, they can go have their photo taken. It's kind of a whole day for them. So we'll have different props, and you can have your picture, taken with Christmas props if you want to use for Christmas cards. We'll have Easter props, kind of whatever people want. People want to bring their own props, and we will have photographers there to take photos for donations, so they can, hopefully we can kind of position them correctly. Sometimes it's hard to get that perfect shot at home, so we're hoping to get some really great shots for people to have with their rabbits. We will be having talks. We'll be having different veterinarians from the area give talks for bunny owners for some of the things that really matter to them. Of course, stasis is a big one that we'll be having people talk about that. I think there's a lot of uncertainty out there sometimes. New bunny owners aren't quite sure what to do, what the signs to look for. Of course, they're not eating, not pooping with a certain amount of time. But also some of the things that cause it. It's, rabbits don't just stop eating for no reason. So we'll also be having a talk about teeth, because of course teeth is a big issue for rabbit owners, whether it's just getting the molars trimmed down, or the front teeth, or peg teeth, all that kind of thing. We're hoping to have a talk on aging rabbits, because I think that's another thing that people really need to know about, is what to do as your rabbit gets older. Everybody knows how to take care of their little babies, but as they get older, they do have different needs. So, and we'll be hopefully adding a couple other talks to that as well, and maybe get one of the authors to give a talk about their books, something like that. But so there'll certainly be talks and possibly demonstration of some sort, maybe how to trim nails, because I know that's a really nervous thing for people to do, so we might be able to get a veterinary tech to kind of demonstrate how to clip nails correctly. We're also going to have a bunny lounge where rabbits, it's going to be a long day for them, so they might want to go take a little break and eat some hay and use the toilet, or to kind of stretch their legs. So we will have a lounge area where people can come stay with the rabbits for a little bit and let them kind of just chill out. We do ask that all rabbits, though, are properly contained. I know if you've ever been to a Bunfest, a lot of people have strollers, so strollers are a great idea. A proper carrier, so putting them in their arms or putting them in your purse is not really what we would like, so we might ask you to leave and get something a little bit safer. Our whole goal is to have no injuries, and obviously don't want any fights. A rabbit would get loose, so we just ask people if they want to bring their rabbits, which we certainly encourage, that you make sure they're in a comfortable carrier for both them and for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for providing all the detail. Congrats on Luv-N-Bunns with 10 years. And all the listeners, everyone at Bunny Design, we wish the best for your guys' first Northeast Bunfest. Crossing our fingers that maybe someone from Bunny Design could attend, if anyone is within, traveling distance of close to the Philadelphia area. As we were talking before the show, the Bunny Design team is very spread out throughout the world. Again, thank you for providing all the information. So everyone that's listening, please check out their Facebook page, check out their website for any further information about Northeast Bunfest or just Luv-N-Bunns Rescue. These guys are doing great work. They take in so many bunnies in their area. A donation, I just speaking for them, would definitely be greatly appreciated. Like I said, every little bit counts, as I said that a million times in previous episodes. So thank you very much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to us on the Facebook page or to the website. They can also email me at contact, CONTACT, at northeastbunfest.com. So if you're a vendor or a rescue or someone who just has some questions, just email contact at northeastbunfest.com, and I will get back to you and answer any questions you have, whether it's about lodging, getting there, or about the event, or if you would like to be part of it, because we would love to have as many vendors and rescues be involved that possibly can't make it to Midwest or to Florida because it's too far. So we're hoping to get a lot of people from the Northeast to travel to Philly.
Awesome. And I think you guys will. I think you guys will get a way more people to come and way more vendors, because it sounds like it's going to be a really, really fun time. And of course, I mean, if you love Legos.
Yes, I know. I might have to sneak out.
I mean, that's like perfectly timed for them. Like right after the Batman Lego movie just came out, like today or last night.
Yeah.
2 days ago. I'm sorry, that came out on Friday.
Yes.
But of course, we're talking about the bunnies, and you guys should definitely check out Northeast Bunfest. There is it has like an event page, right, on Facebook, the Northeast Bunfest.
Yes, there is a Northeast Bunfest on Facebook page.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll be updating that. Like I said, we're confirming. We're getting all the logos and everything from the vendors and the rescues. We'll be posting those, and also posting the hotel information now that we have that confirmed. So we'll be posting all that information, and we're hoping to have a dinner either the Friday night or the Saturday night. We haven't quite decided on that, so we'll certainly post that as well. So we're going to have a dinner where people that are staying over or even live locally can come and mingle with other bunny people, because that's one of the best parts, is just getting to meet people from all over the country who have the same passion that you do about rabbits.
Awesome. Well, I thank you again for coming on and providing all that detail, and I'm hoping everyone will check out Northeast Bunfest and check out Luv-N-Bunns Rescue. Help them out as they progress forward, and hopefully you guys also best of luck as well on to attaining your goal of getting a location. Best of luck to that as well. And again, you guys, make sure you try, everyone listening. If you can donate to help them out, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you again for coming on and talking about Northeast Bunfest and Luv-N-Bunns.
Thank you very much for having me.
You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Again, I would like to thank, as I said, Marie in the beginning, Melanie for coming on. There was one little bit of podcast news that I wanted to say for after the recording. It'll only take a couple minutes, like a minute to talk about. There is no scheduled recording date yet. It could be later this week. As you guys are listening to this, maybe it could be like Thursday or Friday, which would be the like the 15th or 16th or the 17th. It could be later this week, but it's not confirmed yet. But we are in talks with the Sweet Bunny Project to do a podcast recording about their work and their work with bunnies and what their goals are to help bunnies through their art and their fundraisers and causes and their new shirts that just came out. So again, it's really just scheduled for the month of February. The person I talked to start this to do this recording is currently out of the country, and I believe they come back later this week. So once they come back in, we'll get a better feel on what day we're going to record, and then when it's going to come out. Hopefully I have my fingers crossed, and I'm almost 100% sure that it's going to be out later in the month of February. So that would be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Again, that's the Sweet Bunny Project. They're on Facebook. You guys should check them out. Again, that's scheduled for sometime later this month. Maybe even this week, but I cannot confirm that. We're in talks to do an episode, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And again, talking about this episode, as I said it like 5 times towards the end of that podcast, check out Luv-N-Bunns Rescue. Check out Northeast Bunfest. If you're a vendor, definitely check them out. If you're just someone who wants to bring your bunny to a fun event for a good time, get some education, definitely check that out, guys. It sounds really, really cool. As I said, I'm hoping someone from Bunny Zine can make it. Sorry about that. As I've done before, I've taken a 2 second. I took a 2 second walk away to check on Nova. Sorry for that little pause. She was making noise back there. So again, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys download our e-magazine. It is on the pinned post on our Facebook page, on our Twitter page, which is at official BZine on Twitter and official bunnies on Instagram. The link to download it is in our Instagram profile, homepage, profile page, whatever you want to call it. And it is also the pinned post on Facebook. And again, if there's anything you want to talk about, any ideas for the show, if you want to talk about this episode or any previous episodes, you can email the show at bunnyzinecast@gmail.com, bunnyzinecast@gmail.com. Felt like I was talking really fast through this episode. I don't know why. Again, thank you guys very, very much for listening. You can find this show. I did not say this in the beginning, and I usually do, so I apologize. But you can find this show and previous episodes. Just search Bunny Zine BZCast on YouTube.com, on SoundCloud.com, and on iTunes in the podcast section. If you guys subscribe to either of our channels and we upload an episode, it'll boom. You'll be notified of it either through email if you set up through your notifications or alerts on your smartphone, and you set up through YouTube or iTunes to be alerted when a new episode is uploaded. That's perfect because it's pretty quick. Like, I have my alerts on my phone for YouTube videos, and I of course subscribe to Bunnies on BZCast, our YouTube channel for our episode. And like, I'll upload the episode off my laptop, and then like within 5 minutes, it tells me that it's uploaded and it will send me an alert on my phone through the YouTube app, which is really, really cool. And the same thing goes for iTunes. If you subscribe to our iTunes channel, and you subscribe, it will alert you when a new episode is uploaded, which is really, really cool. So again, make sure you guys check out our YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes channel. Make sure you guys check out our e-magazine. It's very, very cool. It's all about bunny love in this Valentine's Day. We're closing in on Valentine's Day, but in the month of February. Thank you guys for tuning in very, very much. And stay tuned for updates on the Sweet Bunny Project episode. Again, that's going to be in the month of February, but we don't have an exact recording date. But the goal and the idea is February. You guys have a nice night. Have a good day. Bye-bye.